Good morning this morning. My name is Rochelle Hunter Mosley, and this is Beauty, Business, and Banking. And I invited my girls here to talk about their experiences in predominantly white schools, being a Black girl in a predominantly white school. So I invited my daughter, Charlie, my goddaughter, Sydney, and my client, Elise. And they, all three of them, beautiful girls, but I just wanted them to talk about their challenges in their predominantly white schools. So, Elise, when you're in school, right? How do you feel about your curls?
Um, I feel good, but not good enough to wear them to school.
Not good enough to wear them to school. Why?
Yeah.
Why not good enough to wear them to school?
I feel like people will touch and look and ask questions that aren't really okay.
Right. And that makes you feel
Uncomfortable.
uncomfortable. I don't think that people are. I want to believe that they don't understand how it makes us feel as Black girls, and we feel like they're making a spectacle of us because our hair can be straight, our hair can be curly, our hair can be braided, our hair can be a whole bunch of different things, and I think they really do be confused about different types of things that we can do with our hair, right? Sydney, you now you're 25 years old. I've been knowing you since you was born, but you've always been in predominantly white schools. How does that make you feel about your hair?
It's interesting because I still have insecurities about my hair, but I've come a long way because I've been wearing my hair straight since I was like 8, so second grade, because I just wanted to be like everybody else had straight hair.
Right.
I was like the only one with braids, and it was my natural hair that was braided, but I think I didn't get the like white black thing, but I just wanted to look like everybody else. So that's why I wanted my hair straight. And then in high school, I got comfortable wearing braids, but it was like anxiety inducing at first. And now being in the workplace, I'll wear braids from time to time, but I'm like at first I didn't think about it, but now I'm starting to think, how are people perceiving me when I have braids versus when my hair is straight? Like, is there undertones of professionalism and things like that? So,
Right. Do you feel like they may take you less serious?
yeah. I feel like not directly less serious, but I feel like it emphasizes my Blackness more so to people that aren't Black. And inherently, they already have these like assumptions about Black women in the workplace. And I just try to avoid those things. So, yeah.
So, in you trying to avoid them, is certain things that you try to stray away from?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's kind of, you know, I hate that. I'm not from corporate. I never worked in corporate, so I don't know what it's like. I do know what my clients have told me, over the years. I have a lot of clients that come in and wear their hair, blonde like mine, a lot, very, very short cuts, but they wear wigs to work.
Interesting.
And they wear wigs to work because they say that it's not professional. And
Short
I
hair?
know they've came a long way with it, with certain things. They can't tell you how to wear your hair or not wearing your hair, but I know just maybe a few years ago.
Right. And it's like, okay, now maybe it's illegal. They won't say something because it's illegal or it could be an HR issue, but it can still have the effects of, do you get promoted? Do they want to develop you?
Wow.
All these things that are like, not only impact like your workplace experience and career, but your money, your earnings. So
Right.
there's a lot that goes into it.
Right. Yeah. Charlie, about you?
Hi.
I know we've had our challenges.
Yes. Growing up, I feel like I mainly wore braids and had my hair straight. I didn't want to wear my hair in an afro. I didn't want my hair curly. I did not want none of that. If I had my hair in braids, if my hair was not in braids or was not straight, I was not going to school. I would throw a tantrum so I wouldn't have to go just because I was afraid of what people would say, and they would want to touch my hair. They would just be staring at me, or I would feel like I have to sit in the back of the class because my afro's too big. And when I did start wearing like puffs and stuff like that, like even walking in the hallways, like all these kids just staring at me like this, I'm like now I see it as like main character behavior. Like everyone's just staring at me
It's
like I'm
called
the
what?
main character. Like you're the main character of the story.
That
It's
girl.
like, that girl, like everybody's watching you because you're doing something different in a environment where everyone's exactly the same.
Right.
So I used to pray and cry and pray that when I grew up, my hair would be straight naturally. I was like, when I grow up, my hair's gonna look like that. My hair's gonna look like that. No, it didn't. And I've grown to love it. Like, I wear my hair in braids now, but I'll easily wear my hair in an afro so quick. Like, it eats. It's so cute. But back then, babes, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was crying every day.
I know that I didn't even know that you were having those type of internal challenges about your hair, and I know that you used to cry when I couldn't get the braids in fast enough, or if I'm not pressing it, this day for you or whatever. I knew that you were having some type of tantrum, but I didn't know that was the reason why. But what really stuck out for me is when we were out for the pandemic, and you started to explore with your hair. Talk about that.
Okay, so during the pandemic, I was like, I can't get my hair braided. My mom was not braiding hair right because my mom is not a hair braider.
I was trying.
My mom is not a hair braider.
But I tried though.
She tried.
I tried.
She put her entire heart into it. I looked in the mirror.
did.
I was like, oh, thanks for the effort. It was not cute. So I went on YouTube. I was finding ways to grow my hair because I feel like the problem with it was the fact of the shrinkage, because my hair was long. My hair's always been long, but it was the shrinkage of it that I didn't feel confident with. So I was like trying rice water treatments. I was doing all that. My hair grew a lot. Then I ended up coloring it and having to cut it all off after pandemic. But during the pandemic, I feel like it was so important to like learn to love my hair and just try new styles, because I knew that out of the pandemic, I wanted to be a completely different person. I was over the fact that my hair, like pieces of it was straight when I'd wash it. Like I didn't like that. And I just wanted to embrace it and just try different styles, because I know that Black women express themselves through their hairstyles. And it was so important to me to try new things and just explore with like my creativity. So yeah, that's why I started in the pandemic with trying my hair.
I love that. I love the conversation that we had, and we were able to have that conversation because when we were out for the pandemic, I said, I feel like I don't even know these kids, right? Because I always had a sitter, always had somebody there. If it wasn't you babysitting or somebody babysitting, and I said, we got to learn. I want to learn your love language. Like what's your love language? And I was like, well, Mom, what's that? So I put the love languages on the table, so all of us wrote on the language that best supported us. So then I was able to put them actually in the on the refrigerator, so we did things for each other to support each other throughout the pandemic. So that's how we wound up coming up with the conversation of her exploring her hair, because I didn't even know that she was really having an issue.
Yeah.
I've been a hairstylist for over 30 years, and I'm just like,
right. You're like, people wear all kinds of things.
No, I did not know that was the issue.
Yeah.
But I love the main character thing. Say it again.
Yeah, main character energy.
Yeah. Do you think you can adopt some main character energy, like when all the eyes are on you and everybody is trying to touch your hair? And do you think you can gain that type of confidence and feel like it's main character energy?
Yeah.
You
I
could,
could
right?
try.
You could remember that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Main character energy.
Yeah.
You already have main character energy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Gotta
Yeah.
add on to it.
You do, because you just gotta, start, finessing it.
Yeah, being intentional.
Yeah, being intentional about it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So, how supportive do you guys think the administrative people in the school are
Not at all.
with support? Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
But I don't think it's from a place of malice. It's just from a place of ignorance. Because
And ignorance is just not knowing.
right,
y'all.
it's not intentional. I think because they don't know the first thing about. I mean, at least most white people I know and my friends that I've grown up with, they can roll out of bed and their hair's fine. Wash it, walk out the house with wet hair, and it's fine by noon. And that's not the experience of Black women. Even if you wear it natural, you have to do something so it's not matted or it doesn't tangle. So they don't know the first thing about what we do to take care of our hair, or what's required, or what goes into it, or about that experience. Because you didn't even know, right? About what we...
I didn't know.
So how would they know? So I just think they're not helpful at all because they don't have the first clue about that.
Right. I just didn't think I'm going to say I didn't know because I didn't know that she was struggling with it, right?
Yeah.
But I struggled with it also. And I struggled with it. Like I went to school and went to a predominantly black school,
Yeah.
right? But my hair was short and it was kinky and it was, so it was a lot to keep it, straight. I
Done,
wanted
yeah.
my hair to be straight like the people I see on TV too.
Right.
So I had, challenges, but, it was a lot of girls in my school with kinky hair and, so it wasn't such a big thing as to, people touching it
Right.
or whatever. They want to know, girl, what you use to get your hair straight? Or your grandma did it, or stuff, stuff like that. So and nowhere near the challenges that I hear that you guys are having.
Totally.
So, Elise, what type of personal conversations do you have, like with your friends, like about your hair when you come to school? Either when it's braided or when it's straight or when it's curly. What personal things do they say?
Well, they don't really say. I can't really talk to them about my hair because they don't know what happened, like what I do to get my hair like straight or what I do to get my hair braided. So
So it's hard for you to have
Yeah.
conversations with so it's hard for you to even have a conversation with your friends about your hair.
Yeah.
Right? Do you have all your girlfriends white or do you have black friends also?
2 black friends.
2 black friends.
Yeah.
So do you guys communicate with each other?
Yeah, not really.
Okay. Has it ever made you feel like you didn't want to go to school because of your hair?
Yes.
When your hair is what style you feel like you don't want to go?
Like I don't want to go when like my hair is like curly, like it's an afro, like
You don't
because
wanna
I
go.
feel a mess.
You feel a mess. Do you feel a mess because you really feel a mess or you feel a mess because you think that they're going to think you look a mess?
Because I think they're gonna think I look a mess.
Right. So if they were more accepting of it, do you think you would be more open to wearing your hair curly?
No.
No. So you just really don't like it?
Yeah. I don't like it.
You don't like it.
Yeah.
So but do you think you feel that way because of your situation in school? Because of the way they judge you?
Because of the way they judge me, I feel like I'm gonna look like an alien if I walk to school with my hair in an afro.
Right. Right. I think that just makes me sad. It makes me sad because, you want your kid to be able to go to school and you want them to be able to be comfortable in school and whatever they're wearing and whatever they got on. That's why I love my daughter going to a school where she had to wear a uniform. I like that she didn't have to wake up and worry about the sneaker, the this, the that. Because those little loafers be leaning over and and that little skirt be hiked up and that little maybe some lip balls on the sweater sometimes or whatever, but everybody has on the same thing. And then it's like it's always something. So now it's the hair thing. And it's like, and then it's very stressful to the parents also because it should be okay for her to wear her puffs. It should be okay. Her hair is beautiful. She's a beautiful girl. But for her to have to go to school and feel uncomfortable, I think that it's more this education needs to come from these parents and more education and maybe more, when they talk about being inclusive, I think it needs to be an assembly. How about that? I think we need to have an assembly in the school about how we're going to support our brown girls in the school. Things to not do. Because obviously they don't know.
Yeah.
Because would you want somebody coming up to you, pulling on your hair, touching your hair? Oh, let me touch your hair. Oh, let me do this. Let me do that. No, absolutely not. Not after your hair is done. Why would you want somebody touching your hair?
Yeah.
Right?
Or treating you like a spectacle.
Yeah.
So fluffy. Like, why do you want to touch my hair?
Yeah, and it's like, and I was getting a massage one time, right? And it was a little Russian lady, and I felt like she was just over massaging my head,
Interesting.
and I think that she was because and I heard my hair going, like I could hear her hands, and I'm like, is she touching my hair? Like she was touching my hair in a different type of way.
Interesting.
And I think that she was fascinated with the
Texture. Weird.
of my hair to the point it made me uncomfortable. I'm like, I said, okay, that's enough. That's enough. It's okay.
Back to the neck.
It's like back to the neck. Right. But I'm like,
Interesting.
I don't, and I want to believe that they just don't know, that they just are ignorant to the way they making us feel. And well, I don't want to say making us feel, so the way that we feel, because nobody can make you feel.
Right.
You know, you feel this way about about yourself already because of what society has brought out, and because of what society is saying, and how people look at you, and how people are and how your friends are looking at you, and then you see their hair as something that's being beautiful. You know, straight is prettier, skinny is prettier, light is prettier. You know, and that's why I think it should be an assembly about it, because they need to be educated about it, because it's obviously that they're ignorant to the fact of how beautiful you are, and that black comes in all different shapes and sizes and texture, right? And hair is not a race, it's a texture. Everybody just got a different texture. Right? And you can do so many different things to your hair, right? Some of your white friends can't even get braids. They can't even get, a twist set. They can't even wear those puffs in their hair. It's so many things that they can't do with their hair. So you at an advantage, because you can go on vacation and you can be curly. You can go on vacation with braids. You can come back from vacation and have a silk press. You can do so many different things to your hair. So I want you to get more confident about your hair and the different things that you can do with your hair, and how much of an advantage that you have over them. Right? And just because their hair just stays straight, that's boring. Would you imagine if your hair just stays straight? You don't think that's boring? That's boring, Elise. Come on now. That's boring. It's boring.
Yeah.
So think about it. If you couldn't get braids, you couldn't wear your hair curly, you couldn't do anything.
It's fun.
You think so?
Yeah, because you
Try not. Okay,
French braids,
you're saying
you
it's
can do-
you're saying it's fine because you have the option to do other things. It's just like them being white. They have the ability to do other things that you may get in trouble for because of the color of your skin. Right? It's the same thing. Like so your hair and what you can do with your hair is so much more than what they can do with theirs. And I think they jealous.
I was about to say that. I was about to say.
I think
just
they
need
jealous.
I
That's
want
what
you
I
to
think.
know that if someone comes up to you and you got your curly fro out or whatever, and they say something bad about it, it's just because they're jealous of the fact that they can have their hair looking like that. They want their hair to look like that. Like if you have ever seen someone tease their hair with a comb, it's because they're trying to replicate your afro of what you already have. You were born with that. They're trying to replicate it. So if you think about it, they're just trying to be you because you're the main character. So think about it from a different perspective.
That's a good point.
So you're gonna be the main character when you go to school tomorrow?
Yeah.
You be like, I'm the main character.
I'm
I'm
hurt.
the main character up in here.
Yes, I'm that girl. You're that girl.
I love that, Charlie. That's good. That's good. So I know we talked about a lot of the negative things about how we have to deal with our hair. But what are some of the funny things that have happened? I know one about you. But what are some of the funny things that have happened in terms of maybe a hair issue or a hair thing, like something that you want to share?
Funny? I don't know.
So let's start with Charlie.
I'm always crying over my
so
hair.
you guys can think.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't really know.
I
Can
know.
you just like
You have one?
go
Go
first.
ahead.
You go first.
You can't go sledding when you have a silk press.
Go
like
where?
Sledding.
Oh.
I went sledding and I went back inside and I'm like, why does my hair feel so puffy? And I look in the mirror and I had a ponytail and I had like this hat on and it was so hot so I took it off. It was snowing and it was like an afro and I looked crazy. I looked
scary.
So you sweat it out.
No,
What you
I
when
took
you went
the hat
sledding?
off.
Right.
And
So you
no,
so you
no, it
sweated.
was snowing.
Oh, it was snowing. It got
way.
wet.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh wow. And
It
what did
reverted.
your friends say? What did everybody say?
I didn't wear it to school. I made my mom fix it.
You made your mom fix it.
The life of mom.
I know, right? What about you?
I don't remember.
I remember.
Just give me a little hint and I'll
Okay.
remember it.
When your hair was straight and you went to your friend's house to go swimming.
Oh. Okay, y'all. So basically, my friend had a pool party, and my hair was straight. Right, my hair was straight, and they had like it was actually like this slip and slide thing. So I got on the slip and slide with my hair, and I like put my hair in a ponytail or whatever, and then I was doing the slip and slide like multiple times, and then they were like, Charlie, and I was like, yeah. They were like, your hair. And I was like, what happened? And I go to the bathroom, my hair is like huge. It's like some pieces are straight, some pieces are curly because it's like the slip and slide, so it's like splashing everywhere. And I was like, Mom, oh my God. I ended up putting my hair in like a bun. But
But what
yeah.
did the little boy say? There was a little boy and a little girl. It was like, you want us to help you?
Oh yeah, they were like, "Do you need help? Do you need a blow dryer? Do you need help?" Like they were
They said, "Get the hot comb."
Because
concerned.
it shrunk up.
Yeah, it shrunk up, and my
Because her
hair
hair
gets.
was straight like a leaf.
Oh, they thought it
Yeah.
like disappeared.
They didn't,
Yeah,
they
they
thought
didn't
it like she lost it.
It's
They
like
thought she
you know, like
lost it.
shrinkage, y'all. Like my shrinkage is so real. Like so, my hair is like here, but at this time, right? And my shrinkage is so real. Like it will literally go into a shrub.
Got you,
So like I look like my mom's hair. Like I got a short haircut
okay.
with
Yeah.
black hair. That's literally what it looks like. So
Interesting.
like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah.
I'm fabulous.
I'm doing amazing.
So if you guys could, if you guys were in a situation that you guys could help, some of these kids that's in these predominantly white schools, right? And what would it be?
That's a good question because I was going to ask you, what would your advice be?
Oh,
Because
wow.
like when we have kids, I'll share what I think.
Okay,
but
go ahead.
That's it. So I think you have to actively, like as Black women with our kids, I think I've learned like we have to actively work against it. And like one of my wishes, I think as parents, you really just want to see your kids smile. And you don't want them to be sad at school. You don't want your kid to feel like they're othered or like they don't have friends or like they're being teased. So you just, like any good parent's going to do what they can to make their kid feel confident and comfortable, whatever that is. And so like I was begging my mom to straighten my hair, but I wish she had made me wear like twists in my hair natural because my hair is so soft and so prone to breakage. Like I've never worn my hair natural. That was not a thing. I was born in the late 90s. Like the natural hair thing wasn't a thing until I was in high school, and it was too late for me by then. That ship sailed. It's never too late, but whatever. So I just think I wish my mom had encouraged me more. She was very encouraging, but like had made me stick it out, which is hard to do, right?
It's very hard.
But I think I would hope that I would be able to find a way to like encourage my daughter to stick it out, figure out a way to like it. But it's a hard thing to do, especially when you're little. And 8, like it's really hard.
It's
and especially
hard.
when you're sad and crying over your hair, which I do. And you don't want your kid to feel like to be teased or treated differently. But and it's so bad for our hair. Like our hair is not meant to be straight. I like will wash and straighten my hair once, twice, every 2 weeks. And it's not meant for that.
Right.
And it's not good. I mean, you can go to the best salon, have the best stylist doing it, and that's not the best thing for your hair.
Right.
And I started 2 weeks ago. It gets really dry in the winter. So 2 weeks ago, I was like, I'm just gonna wash it. And
It looks good.
We're good, thanks.
You did a
But
good
I was
job.
wearing it curly. Like I bought some products from Target and I put some stuff in it. And I hated how short it looked the next morning when it dried. So I loved the texture
So
of my hair.
did you hate how short it looked because what you thought people were gonna think, or you hated you just really hated?
Both. It's like a chicken or the egg situation.
Okay,
Like I think
okay.
people are gonna think I look crazy, and I think I look crazy because I've internalized this, and so I put it in a slick back. So it was natural, but it was slick
But
back
it was
tight,
slick back. Mhm.
which is also not good for your hair.
Right. Right.
So yeah, it's a process, but
What advice would you have for the schools, or even for Elise, because she's in a middle school now, and she has and she's dealing with it like hands-on dealing with it. She can't leave. She has to go to school. So what kind of type of advice would you give her?
I feel like I feel like it came down to like a confidence thing for me personally. So it was just a matter of just like knowing who I was in this space, because I don't know if it's necessarily advice, but just being in a space with a whole bunch of white people, it's like all these white people look exactly the same. And then I'm just like here, I'm like a sore thumb just sticking out. And I just feel like if like you would have told me like, Charlie, you're going to be a sore thumb in this school. Like if you would have just straight up came up and told me like you're going to be a sore thumb, people are going to come to you and tell you this. But like you did tell me, like if I ever came to you with anything, you would always just say those people are just jealous of you. That's why I feel like I have the main character energy vibe right now. But if you would have just straight up told me at the age of 10, Charlie, like, this is going to happen, but, like, if you like your hair like this, then you like your hair like this. And that's it, period. And it's like, don't try to be somebody else just because you try to fit into, like, a box. It's like, you don't want to fit into the box. I want to go outside of the box because you're extraordinary. You're a Black woman in a space that people are trying to confine you to this one thing. Like people want you to wear your hair straight. They don't want you to express yourself. They don't want you to have an afro. Like just do it anyway. Like exactly what Sid said. Just do it anyway because it's gonna build. I feel like it's character development. It's like it just builds character. It's like yeah, I feel like it just builds character and like knowing what to say when someone says, "Oh my God, your hair is so squishy." Don't. It looks so squishy. Like people always just say that to me. If I had a puff, "Oh my God, I want to lay on it like a pillow." I'm like, "Oh, thanks." Like if someone said that, I would take that. If someone would come to me and say that, I would be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, my hair is just healthy." Like I would just switch it. It's like it's all about perspective. It's like someone can come to me trying to say something really bad or like say something about like my features or something, but you gotta rework it and be like, okay, actually they're coming to me because they're insecure about these features within themselves.
Right.
So it's like I know that now, but if you would have told me that like deliberately straight up, I would have been like, oh, okay, that's why they're reacting in that way.
Right.
You get me?
Off of that, I think like tangible advice for you or someone your age is like, it takes baby steps, right? Like when you're uncomfortable with something and you're trying to build the confidence, first you have to be confident like within yourself with something before you can project that reassurance onto other people. So I would say like over the summer or like the 2 weeks in Christmas break or spring break, play around with natural styles that you like. So you might not like it like fresh out the shower, but you might like box braids or different things. And when you build that confidence and you're like, you know what, I really like it, it's easier to go to school and be like, when people ask you the questions, you're like more welcoming with the questions. And it's a little awkward at first, but after one round of wearing box braids or whatever, like you've answered the questions and they're going about their business. So it gets easier, but it's hard to take that leap, especially middle school is rough.
Yes.
Kids are rough.
Hard.
It is hard.
It's rough. I mean, kids are so cruel.
Yeah.
Like they're really, really cruel. And I think it's really sad because like I said, they're not having the conversations at home, you know, and I'm sure a lot of the white parents have been around Black people and they've been in school with Black people and they know now how society make Black people, Black women feel in these spaces, and I don't feel like they do their due diligence all the time with helping us feel more welcome in these spaces and helping us feel more comfortable in these spaces. And I think that they can do a better job at that.
I agree.
You know, I hope this podcast reach a lot of people and people hear the message. You know, like we don't have no problem with y'all.
Yeah.
We don't have no problem with y'all.
Totally.
Y'all got the problem with us.
For real.
We good.
I think it's interesting though when you're one of few, when you're a minority in a space, like you're tasked with doing the work.
Yes. Constantly.
Especially as a kid, because in my line, like as a professional and in the space of adults, like in college even, like if people don't get you or they don't like something, they're just not going to mess with you. But kids, it's a confined environment. Kids are learning and sometimes they're just genuinely curious and they've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's hard to be in a position, and I think it's what you're going through now, like what we've been through, where you're just a kid too. You're just trying to figure it out and trying to figure out who you are, but you also have to do the emotional labor and the chore of teaching other people.
Right.
And so
And it does become a chore.
it becomes a chore.
It becomes a chore.
And I think if people that are in the majority could do, okay, yes, we have the job of educating because we've come to a space where we're the minority and that's just how it goes. But if the majority could like meet us halfway
Yeah.
and try and get to know us in a more empathetic way. I think that's a good middle ground.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And how would you like to be supported, Elise? Like, how would you like to be supported at home when it comes down to your hair? And how would you like to be supported at school when it comes down to your hair?
Well, at school, I would like questions not to be like, is that all your real hair? Is that like is that a wig? Or like, did you get a silk press? Is like, yeah. But at home, I would like to be like supported. Like, you should wear your afro today. Like, you should like. I don't really
So you would
know.
want to be supported, and you would want to wear an afro sometime. You would be okay with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we should try it one day. Maybe we could even do a twist out. Maybe start with a twist out, because it still be crinkly curly. Not just your regular afro, but maybe we could start with something a little more textured, and see how you rock with it. Maybe we could try it over the break. Yeah, I think it'll be good. So, do you guys feel like that it's how I want to say that you have to have long hair? Because I know that when Charlie was going through it, she said, "No, I have to have long braids." So, why do you feel like you have to have long hair? But why is that? Why is it a thing?
I think that's been the beauty standard.
Okay.
One, it's been the beauty standard. Long, probably blonde hair, straight hair. And then on top of that, Black women get this whole like bald headed, hair doesn't grow thing. So I think it's a defense mechanism against being stereotyped as defective and viewed a certain way. So,
Oh,
yeah.
what about
I
you?
agree with that. That makes sense, 100%. Because I just didn't want to have short hair because I didn't want to look like a boy. Or like, especially if there was like another black boy, and if my hair was like short, you would just be like, "Oh, you guys look exactly alike," or like something like that. They would just make a snarky comment. It's always a snarky comment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's what it was really. And I just wanted to also have long hair because I wanted to be like, oh, you can't tell me nothing. Like, I feel like I couldn't do that with like my little afro or like my hair because it just stopped here. Like, it just didn't look, it also just wasn't aesthetically pleasing to the eye of like other people that I was around, because every person that you see, they have long straight hair with the middle part. So that's why I always did these black braids with long straight hair in the middle part, because I wanted to look exactly like these people I'm around. Now I created a whole new identity for it, but at the time, that's exactly why I wanted it like that, because long black braids look exactly like long black
Straight hair.
Right.
It literally resembled it exactly. So that's why I was like, braids, 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 braids. I want no other style but bust down middle part, bust down middle part, bust down middle part, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, because
Exactly.
that's all you got. That's
Yeah.
all you got. And I just wish that I could have been more supportive, but I just wasn't. I
You
wasn't.
didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And I didn't know how to express it at the same time.
Right.
So I feel like it's also just a matter of being able to express it and like saying it and like understanding what it is. I feel like it's having the conversation, because someone can come up to me and be like, oh, I want to touch your hair or whatever. I may feel uncomfortable, but I don't know how to necessarily express the fact that I felt comfortable about that specific comment, because that's not a specific comment that they say, oh, if you feel uncomfortable, say something about it. Like, that's not something that they say.
Right.
Ever.
That's why we need assembly. That's why we need an assembly because so they can know and understand that when Charlie says that, or when Elise says, or when Sydney says, oh, I don't like the way that made me feel, or that made me sad, or that made me feel, however these things, these comments make you feel, that they understand like, oh, okay, I crossed the boundary.
Right.
Like, maybe I should not have said that, or even apologize.
Right.
Because it's something different when a person really doesn't know. You can tell when the person really doesn't know. But when somebody come up to you and be like, "Oh, is your hair real?" and you're looking like, "Well, why would you think my hair not real? Why would you say that? You don't think that make me feel a way?"
Right.
But I think that it needs to be okay for kids to express themselves in that way, and then even to the teachers, like, oh, Miss Miss Zick was my favorite teacher. Oh, Miss Zick, I didn't like the way Sydney said what she said about my hair, and let that be addressed. The same thing, the same way we make kids share. You know, you bring her over, you put the two kids together, you make her give her one, make him give her one, and it's the same thing with the words. Like words hurt.
Yeah.
Words hurt.
Actions. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I think for us, like we grew up with, like we weren't having these conversations in our household. And I think it's because, you know, like now we're post the natural hair movement and Black girls embrace your hair and do twist outs and YouTube and you can learn anything. But even when you were growing up, like I feel like there's been a shift of no longer conforming for Black women. Like we can be comfortable wearing our hair out.
Right.
But that's only in the past, 5, maybe 10 years?
Maybe 5.
So
maybe
even
3.
though you, even though you grew up going to a school that was predominantly or all Black, what was society like then? Because weren't most Black
they
girls?
was on dark skin then.
Oh, okay.
You know,
it was
couldn't
skin.
you're right. We didn't become popular until Naomi Campbell came.
Okay.
When Naomi Campbell came, it was cool. Everybody, all the boys wanted somebody tall and dark skinned, and you know, the
With a booty.
statues. Yeah, you could be all of that because Naomi Campbell put us on the map. Thank you, Naomi Campbell. And but before that, you know, it was like light skin was in. The same thing with the guys. Everybody wanted a light skinned guy. Everybody wanted a light skinned girl. And then when that whole dark skin thing came out, when we started seeing those dark girls in the magazines, and that's when guys started to be like, oh, you cute to be Black. Now it's like, oh, so it was true. I wasn't pretty before. So now basically you confirm what I already thought about myself.
Interesting.
That's what happens when somebody says something and you get offended and it upsets you. It's because you was feeling that way about yourself. So that's why I said nobody can make you feel.
Right.
You already feel that about yourself.
But people don't have to say things to make you feel it, right? In school, it's because the boys won't talk to you.
Right, exactly.
Right. So they weren't making you feel that way. They just weren't saying it.
Right.
Right. And then with now I think mothers are more hesitant to put perms in their daughter's hair, right?
Right.
So
but I never permed. I didn't perm my daughter's hair.
But
I
it was
said
like
that
a thing. Like when I was growing up.
And I've been doing perm for 30 years.
Yeah.
I just didn't perm because I just feel like when you get a relaxer in your hair for a young girl, it's like getting a boyfriend. Yeah, Elise. It's like getting a boyfriend. Because if you can handle a relationship, because your perming your hair is like a relationship. You have to nurture it. You have to take care of it. You have to do all those things, the same things. Do you want a boyfriend right now? Exactly. So, which means that you're not ready to take care of a relationship with a perm. You're not ready. And when I felt like my daughter was ready for it, and if she wanted it, by all means, I would have done it. But I'm not going to give her a relaxer, and I got to nurture the relationship. No, I'm not going to do that. I didn't have time.
Yeah,
I didn't have time for that. So it's so putting a relaxer in a kid's hair at a young age is definitely not the right thing to do. And especially if they're too young, because I see a lot of young kids and they have right around your front. It's called your vellus hair, right? It's like your vellus hair, your peach fuzz. Once you burn that out, it's over. It's over. So you don't want to be putting those chemicals on a baby's scalp at a very, very young age. You don't. And relaxers is not for Easter, Christmas, birthdays. That's not what a relaxer is for. You have to nurture that relaxer every 4 to 6 to 8 weeks. Some people can go 10 weeks. Who got that kind of time? She's only 10 years old. 10 years old? She's only 10 years old.
You just want to throw the bottom.
And she don't have a job. So who's gonna have to take care of it? The mother has to nurture the relationship with Elise and her relaxer. So now I got to deal with Elise, all the other things that she's going through as a female, as a young girl, and a relaxer. No,
it's too much.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Awesome.
So is there anything else? Any other questions that you would have for us that we can support you while you're in school?
I just want to know how you got the confidence to be able to wear your afro to school, or to be able to wear like your textured hair to school and not feel like, oh, like this girl is talking about me because my hair is like this.
Okay, so I want to go off what Sydney said earlier. Like during breaks, I would take my hair out, or I would schedule it to have my hair out during the break, and I wouldn't leave the house, and I would literally just stare in the mirror, do my hair, do different hairstyles, all that, until I got confident with looking at myself in the mirror and saying, okay, yeah, this is cute. Like my afro, it took me so long to look in the mirror and be like, yeah, girl, you look cute. Like my hair was straight, my hair could be straight in braids, all that, and I'd be like, yeah, I look really good today. But if my hair was in twist out or any of that, like I didn't have that my own confidence of like looking at myself in the mirror and saying I look good. Because once you know that you look good, can't nobody tell you nothing. Can't nobody tell you nothing. Because you know. Because now that's everybody else. Like once you know in your heart, yeah, I'm that girl, I'm the main character, I look beautiful every day, I look at myself in the mirror, then nobody else can tell you anything.
Right. Right. And then you gotta want to be confident too, Elise.
too.
You gotta want to be confident. Like it's kind of like how when you go to school, you want to be smart. You don't want to fail, right? You want to pass. You want to make friends, right? So it's that freedom. In order for you to get that freedom, you're gonna have to want it. So when you wake up every morning, it's like those affirmations. Tell her about some of those
Yeah.
affirmations that you.
Some affirmations.
Tell her some of the ones you say to yourself.
I switch them up every day. I say I'm that girl, and that girl meaning you are the main character. Main character meaning you are the only and the number one role in the story that you are living in. So you wake up in the morning like you are the main character in your story, and we're the supporting characters. I'm the main character in my story. Y'all are supporting characters. But when I wake up in the morning, I know, yeah, this is me. I know who I am. I'm happy. I'm beautiful. I have an intellectual mind. Like, just make it like anything that you want. Okay, look. Anything that you want somebody else to say to you, you have to say it to yourself first. So if you want to believe that you're confident and you're beautiful, you have to say that to yourself first, that you truly believe that. So that when somebody else comes in and tells you that you're beautiful, you're not like, oh my God, really? Am I beautiful? Yes, I am beautiful. Thank you. You know what I mean? Start from there.
That was awesome, Char.
I like that.
I love that.
Really? Thanks.
So when you wake up in the morning, at least what you gonna say? You got what kind of energy?
Main character.
Okay.
Yes.
But you gotta say it like you gotta say it like you mean it.
Character.
The what?
Period.
Your voice is so small. What you say?
Main character.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
I would add to that. That was like mic drop, Char. That was
Yeah,
amazing.
that was good.
I would add to that is just at first it's uncomfortable to be different. But when you can like own it and walk in it, and I think Charlie's a really good example, and I'll say this, when you can own it and walk in it, like other people gravitate to it because it is so hard to be different. And people will respect you. At first they're gonna ask their questions, they're gonna have little comments, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But they will respect you for being able to stand up and be yourself and be confident in it and be like, I don't care what you have to say. Because I'll tell you, like 99.9% of the other kids in your class or whatever can't do it. Most people can't. It is really hard. And you'll see it like as you go, you're in middle school now and you get through high school, like everybody's trying to be popular because they just don't want to be different. They don't want to be teased. It's hard to be different, but it comes with a lot of respect too. And I think like Charlie has experimented with her style and like everybody gravitates towards Charlie because she's not afraid to like, so many people are scared to post content and try dancing. Like she's come a long way with her dancing. She's like a star because she wasn't afraid to try and like, no matter what people had to say and what she was putting it out there and if it was different. So yeah.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to be unique.
Yeah.
Because uniqueness is the one, like number one thing that's going to get you through life, because everyone's trying to be the exact same. It's like a trend. It's like everyone wants to wear the same coat. Now everyone's wearing the same coat and now everyone looks exactly the same. But you got the coat in a different colorway. So now you look different.
Like that doggone cup.
Yeah.
Y'all crazy about.
The Stanley cups. You know,
At
Stanley
least
cup.
decorate the cup. Make your cup look different.
Put some
Get some
stickers
stickers.
on
Do
it.
something to the cup.
You're never supposed to put stickers on a
Okay,
Stanley.
so let me tell you something
Never,
though. Well, let me tell you
ever.
something about that, right? Yeah, I have my kids listen to this podcast. It's on YouTube. The Strangest Secret in the World.
Yeah.
Which is the strangest secret in the world is not a secret at all, right? And it's that people are just conforming. You know what conforming means? Doing what everybody else is doing. Right? You want to wear your hair straight because everybody else is doing. You got a Stanley Cup because everybody else got one. It's the same thing that the girls were saying, and it's not a secret. It's just it's called the strangest secret in the world because why everybody want to be like everybody else? I don't understand it. Like, what is it? Look, why wouldn't you want to be a unicorn? Why wouldn't you want to look different?
Yeah.
Why not?
Just want to be a horse?
You just want to be a horse? That horses are boring.
Why be a horse if you can be a
It's
unicorn?
so a
Yes.
unicorn. You know how different a unicorn looks than a horse. It's just a horse. A horse is just a
Brown.
horse.
It's just brown or
Yeah,
black.
it's brown or black. Unicorns are beautiful, and they very
Yeah.
yes.
And they make their presence known.
Yeah, they
I
make their
love
presence
that.
known. So why not?
Yeah.
So for you to find that confidence, you got to look in the mirror and you got to want it. You got to say that you want it. You got to tell yourself that I want this. No matter what nobody said, I want this. All right, and you got these girls because I have somebody to have both of them, so they got you.
Yeah. You call us next time they ask
Yeah,
you
so I
about
want
your
y'all to
hair.
make sure that y'all
We
that
pulling
y'all
up to the
exchange
school.
numbers.
Pull up.
And whenever you're feeling away, or you don't know what to say, or you're struggling with how to say it, you may not want to talk to mom about it. You got these girls to talk to.
Hit us up. Call
Like
us.
take
snap me.
the opportunity to reach out to them and talk to them, because I had people I had to have people to talk to them. They were going through things too, right? Parents don't know everything. We don't. Like, trends change all the time. Kids are doing different things all the time. We don't have a clue as to what's going on when you're at school. She doesn't know what's going on at school unless you tell her, right? And then all the time, mom don't know what to really say, like what to say to a 10-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Like as a friend, a 10-year-old child to another 10-year-old child. Whereas Charlie may have great words for you to say. You know, Sydney may even have some choice words to say, right? But mom might not have good words that you can say. That's appropriate for you to say. You know what I mean? So reach out to your group. Like, reach out and ask for help. Like, it's okay to ask for help. You may not go to school every day and you may not feel your best every day. You may come back home and you may have had a bad day and you might really, really need to talk about it. So reach out. Be like, hey, it's Elise. When you get a minute, can you give me a call or text?
Yeah.
And it's okay.
We'll set up a group chat.
Yeah, you can set up a group chat. I think that'd be good, because everybody needs a big sister. Like, you got a big brother, but everybody need a big sister. You don't want a big
Wait, this
sister?
is literally an example.
Oh.
This is us.
literally my little bit.
We both only have brothers, and
Yeah.
we're like,
I know. So this was
Yes.
a really, really good conversation, and I'm happy that you guys were able to be really, really transparent, right? You want anything else you want to add?
I have a
Sydney?
story.
Okay.
It's really funny. It's hilarious. I like feed into it. So basically, my teacher one time, I came into school, I had my hair straight, and then I came in like 2 days later, I had braids, really long braids. My hair's straight naturally here, and my braids are like this long. And she comes up to me, my Spanish teacher. She comes up to me, oh my gosh, Charlie, your hair is so beautiful. Your hair is so beautiful. How long have you been growing it out for? I'm looking at her like,
overnight.
oh, actually, my mom hasn't cut my hair since I grew up. Since I was born. My mom's been growing it out since I was born, actually. She hasn't cut it, actually. Meanwhile, it's in braids. I don't even have these curly pieces out, y'all. It is braids, like strict box braids. Everyone's looking around because, like, they know, like,
Right.
especially if it's, like, my friend.
Right.
And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, right? And she's touching it. I'm like, yeah, look.
Oh, the teacher?
Yeah, I'm letting her touch it
So
because I'm
inappropriate.
feeding into it. It's
Right,
funny to
right,
me
it was
now.
funny to
You know
you
what I mean?
now.
I made
Wow.
it something funny. It was in high school. So I was like, yeah, my mom just never cut it. And that's how you feed into it. It's like I was feeding into it because I'm like, this is funny to me. But like, she genuinely doesn't know. Like, I really had to tell. I really should have told her. I didn't tell her. But I had to feed into it so I didn't get sad. But I should have told her. But it was funny for the time being.
Wow. That's crazy.
Like,
Crazy.
Anything you want to
and
add,
I was a
Sydney?
teacher.
Good.
No, I think we hit it all.
Okay. Elise, anything you want to add?
Well, sometimes when, like, if I wear, like, a silk press to school, I'll wait, like, a break and then come back with braids so it doesn't look like I just grew my hair overnight.
I would do that too.
Yeah, I used to do that too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just that still has to do with confidence, because right now hair is an accessory. Like, people just put clips in, take clips out, put braids in, take braids out, ponytails, wigs. Hair is just an accessory now, right? So it is all got to do with, confidence.
And it comes with time.
And how you feel. Yeah, and how you feel about yourself. Each year, I would like it to get better and better. And that's why you have to open yourself up to conversation, right? Because every year you should be better and better about how you feel about your hair. Because you got to know that they're not making you feel that way. You feel insecure about your hair, right? And once you understand what it is that you're feeling, then you can figure out how am I going to fix myself, right? Because it has a lot to do with how you feel about your confidence, about how you want to be seen. Okay?
Okay.
All right. This was a good talk.
This was awesome.
Good talk. Good talk.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. So this has been Beauty, Business, and Banking. Please subscribe and share.
Tap in, y'all.
Hit that button.
Hit that button. Hit that like.
So
Share.
do your